Turning now to the fight against the coronavirus. So far, about 12% of the U.S. population has been fully vaccinated. Meanwhile, a COVID vaccine that is not yet authorized in the U.S., the AstraZeneca version, is on hold in more than a dozen European countries amid concerns over blood clots. CBS News medical contributor Dr. David Agus joins us now. David, good morning. The World Health Organization says the benefits of the AstraZeneca vaccine outweigh the potential risks, but how concerned should we be?
I don't think there's any real concern at the present time. There have been tens of millions of doses of AstraZeneca vaccine administered throughout Europe and the United Kingdom, and a total of 37 blood clots in the leg and the lung. And when look at those cases, and I've personally reviewed some of them, there's no real evidence that it's connected to the vaccine at all. And you expect there, in that size of a population, to be even more blood clots, again, unrelated to the vaccine. I think this is more political than anything.
So you don't think the pause in vaccinations in Europe is justified?
No, I think that you had a couple of countries who jumped on board aggressively and did it. And part of it was there's less of a supply of that vaccine than they expected, and it wasn't delivered. And then every other country had to say, listen, if they're doing it, then we're going to have to do it. You had the World Health Organization and the European Medicines Association, which is their equivalent of the FDA, say, we're not that concerned about this either. In the United Kingdom, where they've administered 12 million doses, they haven't seen this at all. In the randomized clinical trials, we haven't seen this at all. The United States data hopefully will be announced this week, and we'll see if there's any indication in that data.
Is our data entirely separate from theirs? I mean, why hasn't it been authorized in the U.S. yet?
Anthony, that's a great question. We are requiring that the trial be done here. And so we did not accept the data from other countries for our filing. That data should be hopefully announced this week, looking at the safety and the efficacy of this particular vaccine in our population. And we have tens of millions of doses ready in refrigerators to be distributed here in the United States.
Dr. Agus, we're also talking about Moderna being tested on children. You've pointed out that testing with children on vaccine safety is different than adults. How so?
Well, in adults, we needed to do very long studies to make sure that it actually protected us from the virus. Now that we know these vaccine works, in children, they're very short studies to look at safety and if it's the right dose to give an immune response. So we can measure immune response in the blood and make sure there are no side effects. And then this vaccine should be rolled out in children of different ages.
What potential warning signs should researchers be looking for in children?
Well, I think the key question is, there's no question they're going to make a good immune response, is what dose is required. And sometimes as the frame gets smaller, children are little, they may require less of a vaccine to get an equivalent immune response. And that's what we're going to find out, over the next several months. And then we have to start vaccinating kids. They are 25%, the under 21 age of the U.S. population.
Yeah. It is indeed true. Children are little, but they are pretty heavy when you have to carry them block after block. And why won't they just walk on their own? I have no idea. Please, come on, honey. Can you do it? Let's go. Dr. David Agus, thank you very much. We appreciate it.